Hey everyone, welcome back to NMB Takoyaki Party episode 44. And we are back. I am Matt, and I'm joined by Ryan.
Hello.
And Geoff.
Hey everyone.
Yeah, so this one's a little bit late than last time. We kind of missed our February quota, but that's because we had a lot of stuff going on. We're too busy to do a podcast in February. Also, February's a really short month.
Yeah.
So that's my excuse if you missed us last month.
I'm sure our 5 listeners are at the edge of their seats.
I know. Didn't get any comments saying, hey, where's the new show? But we did get some comments about the last show, about a couple things.
Oh, did we? We should talk about that then.
Okay, yeah, let's jump. I have it open right here.
Okay.
One person says, I'll do initials JO. He said, Isn't that Riho is still in Yoshimoto's Zaka 46? Does that mean she left the group early?
Is she?
Ripopo?
Yeah, she's in Yoshimoto Zaka 46.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the comment? Isn't
Did
she?
She left the group early. So she left NMB early, and then joined Yoshimoto Zaka 46. It was like what, 1-2 years?
Yeah, it's been no, it's been more. It's like more than 3 years now, like 4 years ish. Yeah,
And
she left.
she's done plenty of other solo work before joining Yoshimoto Zaka, right?
Yeah, and Yoshimoto Zaka isn't an actual idol group. It's like a joke group by Yoshimoto, so it's hard to compare.
There's a single. And then another comment from S0805. They said the new single sounds like the M song off of Bokutachi Naichao Yo. Which I think it sounds.
Wait,
I agree.
the M song.
The M B-side song from Bokutachi Naichao is like the.
What was the title?
Which also sound like the last M side song.
Yeah, so clearly, like Akimoto has a image for Miru, I guess, and that's what they keep going with.
Like it's like
the weird chanting, who.
Yeah, yeah, like trending,
and like drums.
Yeah. So yeah, speaking about the 20th single, so it's officially out now.
Yes.
And it sold in the first week on Oricon, got first place, and it sold 196,592 copies.
Yes.
Ryan is responsible for like 5,000 of those.
Of course.
Well, I mean, each WOTA is responsible for a large portion, so the Oricon Weekly, while, everyone's always happy about it, it's really not a true reflection of anything.
It's a lie that everyone agrees to follow, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they don't count like digital sales or even like exported sales. Like if someone bought it and then got sent to the US or wherever, those sales don't count.
No, well, you're saying it you're looking at it from the other side. Basically, you're saying, oh, it would have sold more. But what we're saying is that like a limited number of people actually buy these things.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a lie in the sense that even the members, right? They know that like they didn't actually sell like 196,000 whatever CDs. I mean, not 196,000 people bought them, right?
Yeah. So like maybe like
if like Lady Gaga releases a single, like 1 million people actually bought her single, stuff like that. So like with NMB, like maybe I don't know, you'd be lucky for like 10,000 people bought it.
Yeah. And even like with first place, like it's always like a 48 group is always going to get first place.
Yeah,
like all the other artists avoid releases of 48 group songs because they don't want to get bumped off the first place or whatever.
That's what Johnny's does. They always like avoid 48 group releases because they want the fake Oricon #1 thing.
Yep, they can brag about it.
Yeah.
So we did hear like the A-side song and saw the music video last time we did the podcast. I think we weren't like 100% hot on it, like, but we thought it was okay-ish.
Yeah, it was like it's like an extension of What Ota People, right? Which is
I think it's like slow motion What Ota People.
Yeah, it is. It's slower than What Ota People, but they were going for the same vibe.
Yeah, kind of goofy Osaka style.
Yeah. like I really don't like it that like they basically like they've niched NMB into like, oh, they're the goofy group. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I think, well, for me, having more time to kneel and meditate and listen to it, I like it a lot more now. Actually, especially since I've seen it live once. Spoilers for the upcoming reports. But I think actually the dance is like pretty intricate and interesting. And yeah, while it is this joke, the whole like weird concept or joke of the whole Seiza thing, it's unorthodox, but it helps, and it helps it stand out, especially with all this promotion that they're doing, trying to go for the general public, like they're doing with this like Seiza Matsuri thing. It's quirky, but it definitely attracts people's attention. So it's kind of a good reset for NMB. They have to go back to what their core concept is before they change it up again.
Yeah, especially because it's their first single without Sayaka. And
I think I don't know if we talked about this before, but like I was always saying that like Yoshimoto needs to like reinvest in NMB, especially with Sayaka gone. And I mean, this might be their way of reinvesting in NMB, and well, good for them, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you have to understand, right? Like they all the money they spent on NMB, like when they started, right? It was to push basically Sayaka, Milky, Nana, and all those girls, right?
Yeah.
And now like everyone's gone, so this is like in effect like a new group. So you need to reinvest in them to get people to notice them again.
Yeah. They definitely didn't invest in the music videos. Because it's always the same, like, just one room, literally throw random props at them, and then make them
apparently
just dance
they were
around.
doing it in, like a parking lot or something? That's why they had the Ferrari or something in the video.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so B-sides.
B-sides, we heard all the B-sides. Just quickly, like, hey, which one do you like? So each team had one in B2. None of them really did anything for me.
I will say, I've only listened to them once, really.
Yeah.
But, they all, like, very strongly reinforced each new team's image. Like, N is the cool one. M was a little bit of a curveball because they're supposed to be the funny team, but it was a very cute video. But then if you listen to the lyrics, there's this part that says, like, I stick my middle finger at you. So... So throwing it, maybe that's part of their image now.
Well, it's saying that Miru eats, like, mushrooms.
Oh, yeah.
That was the video.
She's on shrooms.
Yeah.
And then was it RJ? He said B2 that was just lame or whatever, or bad.
Yeah. So the comments I can give is based on the video, right? I didn't really listen to it separately, so it's with the video, and I liked the end image, and like let's forget that Yuri's in there, but I think it's the one that has like a good beat. It's a good song, and then the video was really nice, except for the broccoli. What the fuck? So if they actually removed like the broccoli, the bicycle, and the water hose and stuff, it would have been better, in my opinion.
Yeah, make it more serious.
Apparently they were trying to go for like, we're taking this so seriously that it's funny. That was the vibe they were trying to go for, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it just like detracted from the video itself. But yeah, the song itself is really nice. I think I can imagine it being good, like a theater song, I guess.
Yeah, that's the only one I can think
concert,
of think of the chorus right now.
Yeah, so M and B2 are like completely forgettable songs, like especially. So M I actually like because of the video. Like I thought the video was funny. Like they were all asleep and then blah blah blah. And B2 was, oh my god, terrible.
Yeah, it's super generic.
Yeah, it's a generic idol song, right? Which isn't really bad. Like the song itself isn't really bad, but like the video, it's like they could have had like Ayan hold a sign up says like this is a generic song. So imagine a generic idol song and this is it. Like they didn't even try. Like I don't know what they were going for. They were wearing like these dresses and they were like doing like generic idol dance and singing generic idol song with like generic idol filter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was like super generic. What did you think, Matt?
I think this looks so bad. I don't think I should watch that one yet. Like I watched like A and M, and then like I don't like the way it's going. So, yeah.
You didn't watch RJ's review of it?
No, I think I only saw that one part. Doesn't really matter. I guess the other song they have is Pink Ito no Sekai, which is like the
so this is the one that people were getting salty about because it's
all the best members.
Yeah, it's Kami 8, right? So Miru was saying Godo 8.
Yeah.
And it's the top 8 members of NMB, and I actually like this song. So it is also a generic idol song, but it's much better than Update.
Yeah, same.
So they put more effort into it, and like the video was much nicer. So I like it was very high contrast. I don't know what's called, like too much bloom, or no, not too much bloom.
High exposure.
Yeah. The exposure was too high, right?
Yeah, so, it's really like washed out, kind of.
Yeah, but like the colors were really nice, right?
Mm-hmm. It's like a lot of like pink and blue.
So I like the colors, and they were wearing white. I think like the only thing I didn't like was that they were wearing they were like white, right? But they were dancing on like a gray background, which is stupid. But
what do you think about Yuri's like bell bottom pants?
Well, it's an outfit. Like it's not her fault.
She's like the only one wearing pants in this whole video. Everyone else is like wearing skirts or shorts.
Yes. Well, not very, very happy about that, but you know. But I like a lot of the imagery. Like the part where Miru was holding an umbrella and then Yuri was like
pouring water
over her. I really like that. I don't know why. It was really nice.
Could have Yuri in it.
Probably, yes. But yeah, so I like the video. I like the song. It was, I think... So I saw a lot of comments saying like this is much better than Tokonoma Seiza Musume. I wouldn't go that far. But
no. Those people were wrong.
Well, no, you have a specific taste, Matt. So
no, they're wrong.
Yeah. I mean, it's also like some songs work really well as a subunit. Some work well as the full 16 or 20 member senbatsu.
Yeah. So I think like happier songs. Like I can imagine like Ibiza Girl or something, right? That works really well for like a lot of people.
Yeah.
But like something like, I don't know, like Yokubo Mono, for example, like made no sense for having like 20 people in it.
Yeah, because even Must Be Now, that had like 7 people in those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice, actually. Yeah, so Pink Ito no Sekai. The next one... Yeah,
was
it the one we just listened to minutes ago?
Not me. I couldn't get the file to play.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that might be my favorite on this whole.
There's like 68 members in it though, so but I couldn't hear 68 voices, so clearly there was just a small group singing.
Yeah, there was no music video for that either.
Yeah, but I could hear like Miru and Yuri and all that, so it's just probably the Senbatsu singing. So it was very ballady.
Yeah, kind of like,
I like ballads. I like
it's
ballads.
a feel good song. I feel.
Yes, I can't.
It wasn't like depressing like most ballads are, or like make you cry.
Yeah, the thing is, like, I thought they were gonna go there. I think because the image is like the Banmeno door. It's like the second door, right? It's where basically the image is like, oh, NMB is gonna start fresh, whatever. But it's a generic ballad. Like, I can't imagine this being sung in like concerts and people start crying. Like, no.
I mean, I don't know. I'd
can?
start crying if I no, I wouldn't. I'd probably feel I'd be happy they played a song.
Really?
Yeah, if I can remember it. Like, I mean, the intro is pretty cool. Like, it's a whole like kind of cute.
Yeah.
Xylophone or whatever, nice xylophone, like triangle kind of sound.
I like the song, but I just can't see, like, I don't know. It feels too generic for me, like a generic ballad. I know I use the word generic way too much in this review, but I think other than the main song, like Akimoto doesn't give a shit about the others, right? So she just makes everything generic.
Just phones it in. Yeah.
But
I feel like this one's okay. It's probably the best of the B-sides, in my opinion.
No, fuck you.
That's why, in my opinion, I'd say it's objective. This time...
No, the objectively best B-side is the next one we're talking about.
Queentet.
Yes. That was really nice.
I also haven't heard it yet.
What?
There's no music video, and I haven't bothered to open my CDs.
Have you listened to it, Matt?
Yeah, and I
don't like
respectfully disagree with you.
The self-cutting image?
What?
Yeah, definitely. It sounds like Keyaki or like some kind of Sakimichi song. It's really.
I'm gonna tell you why it's good because
Queentet's my bias stan, and they
bias.
They really dropped the ball on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
No, because
it's really hard to follow up. Which one do you like?
No, it's just because you have a taste. You like those kinds of songs.
Yeah.
That's really surprising.
I really like this one, and it's also because
I'm
there's
really
only
surprised they would
4
kind of
singers.
go like the cool direction.
Yeah, I was
surprised.
Queentet
is supposed to go for like the girl power,
the
right?
Girls. Yeah.
That's part of girl power too. Like, girls like the cool image.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why there's like so many like girls. Like, I think there's like more girls that go to like the Sakamichi events and stuff too.
Yeah, because they like the cool image, right? And I think the biggest ball drop here is them not having a video. I think
no music video.
Video. Like, I can
really
just imagine
key.
like cool costumes and stuff, right? And, but the song was really nice. I first saw it in the Queentet live, and so it does give a very, very strong Sakamichi vibe.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that they started it. But, oh my god, we're gonna go down this road again. But, I mean, they're the most popular one right now that has that kind of sound. So I'm comparing to them.
Could we even compare Yokobomono to Sakamichi as well?
Yeah, it was getting compared. Yeah. So okay, let's compare this to Yokobomono. It's very similar to Yokobomono, actually. Amai Moso. So yeah, really nice. So if I'm gonna rank, okay, let's rank the A side and B side of this single.
So I think A side's best. It's at the top.
Yeah.
For you. How about you? Okay, then what's your top 3? Let's just do top 3.
So Seiza Musume 1, Nibame no Door 2, and I guess Pink Iro no Sekai is 3.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, I'll do.
It feels like 1, 2, and everything. 3 is a toss up. You can just depending on how I'm feeling each day. It can be a different song.
I'm surprised that you like Nibanme no Door that much.
Yeah.
Mine is probably like Amai Moso, and then Pink Iro no Sekai, and Tokonoma Seiza Musume. Coincidentally, Yuri's in all 3 of them.
Huh.
Surprise!
There's a 4th one though. It's Yakebokui. How about you, Geoff?
Based off our arguments.
Number 1, Seiza Musume. Number 2, Pink Iro. And then I can't judge a song I haven't heard yet, so I'll have to stick with 3 is still Yakebokui now. Plus Chihi is in it, so
all 3 also have Yuri in
my
them.
new oshi.
So coincidentally, all of your songs, like even Matt's song, has Yuri in all of them. So we know like what makes a song good.
Correlation is not causation.
You could also say like Akarin and Saipi are in all of them too. So,
all right. Then let's move on to the news.
News. You should have like some kind of stinger.
That was it.
Oh, that was it.
It's us talking about the stinger. Is the stinger.
Should find something like some NMB member saying news or something.
They can we just take a clip from New or whatever.
Oh, New. Oh yeah, you should do that.
Oh, New.
Yeah, find the clip from
remove the letter O, just say NEW. And then we say
or like next time I do like a one shot video with Anchu, I'll get her to say it.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's go like round. Like I pick one, you pick one, you pick one.
No, you do it. You.
Oh, man, I don't. Okay. So first we're gonna start with the big news, and it's the new teams.
Yeah. So as of this recording, there has only been one team. Yeah, that has done their Shonichi.
Darika no Tamini.
Yeah, Darika no Tamini. What do we think about it?
I don't even know what's in that song.
What the fuck?
Isn't that like the charity one?
No,
it actually was like 5 years before the earthquake, though.
Yeah, but they started using it for
foreshadowing, like some like
it was foreshadowing.
Nostradamus shit or whatever.
Oh man, that's fucked up, man. This is N2, by the way.
Yeah, it's actually NMB has actually done it before, though I wasn't.
They've done it a lot of times. Like Yui, Yokoyama Yui did this stage. This was the only NMB stage she did.
Oh yeah, because she left before Kokoten.
Before Kokoten, yeah. This was also the first stage that Lemon did.
And then Kenkyusei did it too, right?
No.
No?
No. This was N2 and then N2 Revival.
Oh, okay.
They did the Senshuraku, right? And they were supposed to start N3. And then, Akimoto did Akimoto things.
Delayed.
Yeah. So they had to do N2 Revival. It was like really stupid.
Awkward.
It wasn't even like N2 and they did something else. It was like N2 then N2 Revival. Oh wait. Sorry. I might have fucked up. Was this N1?
No, I don't
Seishun
know.
Girls. I don't know if Seishun Girls is N1 or N2. Shit.
Come on, Ryan, you're dropping the ball on your NMB knowledge.
Yeah,
apparently it was N1.
It was N1. Oh shit, I'm so sorry. Okay, so it was N1. Then N2 was Seishun Girls. And then they ended Seishun Girls. And they did N1 Revival. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, I fucked that up.
Well, I haven't watched it yet, and I obviously didn't watch it back then. But then I still know some of the songs because they've kind of become a part of, NMB's, arsenal of songs. Like Rider is really popular. They do it at Request Hour all the time. So
yeah, that's because it's a Keiichi Ganakichi song.
Yeah. So for me, yeah, I guess just overall, I haven't seen it before, but it's a little bit disappointing that they're doing another same stage again. Because and then they didn't even change the units, because for the Mokugekisha, the last team end stage, for example, they changed the units in order to put some NMB originals like Onyu in there. But this is exactly the same as the regular stage, so I don't know.
Yeah, the units are really like iconic. I think of the units like Bird and Nagikisu Uchirose and what's the one you just said? A Rider, like a really iconic for NMB, right? So and also Shinkiro, like a lot, like they're like super iconic. But that's because it was the first stage that NMB did.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed that they did Dareka no Tamini, to be honest, because like instead of doing something new, they just like ran back to something familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm worried someone's gonna start doing reset.
Yeah, right.
Oh my fucking god! I'm gonna break something if someone does reset.
Yeah, I love reset because it was the first stage I learned, but yeah, it's time to move on from that.
I remember like Yuri saying like, "Oh, she wants to do reset," and it's like, "Oh my god, please no."
Maybe it'll be the B2 stage because their new song was called Update. That doesn't make sense, but
have to restart your computer after you do the update.
I don't know.
There's rumors that B2 is doing Kokoten actually.
Oh. Well, that would make sense from like, making them be the young members and like restart. That's the future of NMB. I mean, I don't want them to do Kokoten, but I wouldn't mind if they put some of the units in. I think they should do more of the unit shuffle, the unit switching.
Shuffles. I don't know. People get upset though when you do unit shuffles. Like I think a lot of people got upset that they didn't do the Mokugekisha units. They did the like special ones.
Well, I have no attachment to the original unit, so
that's true. Okay, moving back to Dareka no Tamini.
Yeah.
I think that's all we can say though. Just like hope we don't do reset. That's the only thing. No reset, please. I don't know. I'd rather they do something new. But the thing is, like, there's only a limited number of stages they can do. So, I mean, we would have to recycle something, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, Dareka no Tamini is a good stage, so it's okay. Yeah, just no reset. I really think that B2 Kokoten's pretty good chance of happening. Because there's something where like NMB just can't let go of Kokoten.
I mean,
I know that
I understand. It's the one original stage that NMB got, so it's a shame if someone doesn't continue it. But maybe rather than one of the teams, like one of the special units did it, that might be better in my view.
You're hoping like Katlea or Kenkyusei or something.
Yeah, something like that. But
that would be interesting actually if the Kenkyusei do 2 stages. So Yumeba Nigenai and Kokoten. Or like the Kojirin produced stage. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. So they haven't announced the N or B2 stages yet. Do they have a date for when those are going to be announced?
Yeah. The Shonichi, they're all going to be within the next week and a half, I think.
Okay.
Except the Kojirin produced one got pushed back to April.
So at the same time as, because they're also doing the new teams, Juban Shobun, like the first week of April.
I think that's why it got pushed back. Speaking of which,
they're doing that. Osaka Juban
so
Shobun,
another thing called Juban Shobu, but this time it's not the solo stages. It's going back to the very old Juban Shobu from 7-8 years ago.
2011. It was the original NMB tour.
Yeah, so they're doing like a local Kansai tour to like smaller cities in Osaka and like Hyogo and Wakayama.
Smaller cities in Hyogo. It's Kobe, man.
Compared to Osaka, that's Inaka, man.
It's like 1 million people living there.
Yeah. Ryan, are you going to that?
Yes.
Did you get tickets for?
I have tickets for 2 of them, but I'm only going to one of them. I'm going to the first day, which is Kashiwabara or something. I forgot the name. Fuck. Anyways, that was apparently the first stop of the original tour. So that's why they chose it. It's really, really far, like some Inaka location. So yeah, I'm going to that one. I can't go to the Oryx one. I think I would enjoy the Oryx one more, but yeah. Yeah, I'm only going to Team N though. I don't really care about the other groups.
Interesting. I was thinking about going to applying for Team M1 that was in NHK Hall, Osaka NHK Hall.
Did you apply for it?
No.
So you just thought about it?
I thought about it, but I'm like, it's busy because I have like some other events to go to, and now I'm thinking I might, because I think they still have Ippons going on right now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that because, not to talk about other groups, but it's like I was thinking the Team M show is like April 2nd or something.
Yeah.
And then also Kayaki is doing their like 3rd anniversary show like on April 4th. It's also in Osaka, so I like try to go for 2 for 1.
You're not gonna win. Don't worry about it.
But that Kayaki is even harder to win tickets for. But actually, I think NMB might be harder because they're all in small venues with only like 500 seats or something stupid small like that.
It's actually surprisingly big. I don't know about, so depends, right? Like Oryx Hall is like 2,000, but everything else is small. So it was a really weird like decision they made, like to get those venues. So I don't know actually if I haven't heard of anyone like losing tickets to it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Okay. Next point of news. Namba Seiza Matsuri. This is today, the day that we're recording this on March 3rd.
Off the presses.
Yep, hot news. And as a friend of the show, Timmy said, this is the most NMB content he's seen on his Twitter feed in years because usually it's full of 46 and K-pop stuff.
I think it was genius of what they did. So it was a Osaka Channel event. Or if people don't know, Osaka Channel is an app. It's a streaming site, but you only get it from the app.
Used to be part of like the Yoshimoto service, or is it completely brand new?
No, it's completely brand new. So the original idea for Osaka Channel was that it would show Osaka local shows on the streaming, right? So for people who live in Tokyo who can't watch Osaka local shows, it would be good. But then they branched out into like original programming, and one of their main pillars is to use NMB basically to get people to subscribe to them.
Yeah, so this was the 24-hour girl on Osaka Channel too, right?
No, that's YNN.
Well, they had a couple. They had like a separate special broadcast, and then they had that random like baseball mini drama last year.
The thing is, like, there's a lot of things that used to be on YNN that's now on Osaka Channel. So it's kind of annoying if you're a YNN subscriber.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of the content just got moved to Osaka Channel.
Yeah. You can't access it from outside Japan either.
You can't? Unfortunate. So what they did today was that they had the original, like, they call it the Namba Seiza Matsuri, which, how would you translate that? Like, Seiza is like the seat, the
proper seating form, like Japanese traditional seat, where you're basically sitting on your knees.
I don't know, if I were to translate, I'd just say like Namba Seiza Festival, because that's the only part you're supposed to translate.
It's basically in collaboration with the new song.
Basically it was double. It was promoting the NMB new song and promoting Osaka Channel. Yeah. So it was like really fun though. What they did was they had like these events. So there was like the mini handshake. So they had like Tower Records and Tsutaya in Namba to they had like the mini handshakes. So you buy the single and then you shake hands with girls. So it was Keito, Hasa, and like Mikana, I think, for the first one. And the second one was Koko-chan, Uka, and Kokona. Oh, wait, no. Huh. Wait, Ayan somewhere there.
I think Ayan instead of Kokona, but yeah, not that important.
Oh, okay, it wasn't Kokona, sorry. Yeah, so it was Uka, Koko-chan, and Ayan. So those were the only ones announced, right? They had the mini handshakes, and then they had the 3 Yes Theater shows, which was split per team. They didn't even announce that it was split per team until like last week. So you could apply through the app, and then you would win, but they wouldn't tell you. Like, you could apply 3 times, right, for 3 separate shows.
Yeah.
But you don't know which one you're applying to.
Was it in order of like NMB too, or?
No, it was MB2N.
Okay. And what kind of show? Were this just like, they weren't like actual performances, were they? Or
they
like
performed one song.
Did you actually?
They performed.
Did you watch the stream?
Tokonoma Seiza. I did, yeah. So they performed Tokonoma Seiza Musume, but it was really fun. It was very similar to Yugata NMB. So they did like games. Do you got Geoff? Do you know the comedian Sayaka?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they go
Tsuyoi
on
Kimochi de.
They go on Manabukun sometimes.
Yeah, so they were the MC.
Hmm.
So it was really fun actually. Like, they did a lot of games. It was 1 hour per team, so it's really interesting. But that's not the reason why it was like trending on Twitter. So the reason it was trending on Twitter was because NMB basically took over the Namba area. So they started like showing up in like random places in Namba. So it was started in the morning though, and like people on Twitter were like, "Oh my god, like Saipi is in Gogoichi," which is
working.
She was working in Gogoichi is the
store.
pork bun shop. It's a really famous Osaka thing. It's like it was Saipi, Airi, and who's the other one?
Chihi, the most important member.
Sorry. The least important one. No, so there was like they were actually like just giving away. So they were selling the pork buns, and then they were giving away pen lights.
Oh,
yeah. So that was just that was very guerrilla, right? And then they had the YouTube stream of Nagisa and Kaneko.
Miru.
No, that was just the 2 of them, where they announced that. We will like show up in random places.
Yeah, they talked about the schedule for the day.
Yeah, so they also did like in the center of Namba, in the Namba Walk in the underground. They did raffle draws. So that was the one Matt was talking about, where Miru, Nagisa, Momone, and
Renapion.
Who's the other one?
Renapion
showed up, and then they did a random drawing, and that was where friend of the show Andy showed up and got his Miru res.
We were telling them like, "Hey, go over to the far left part of the stage so we can see you."
So we could see you. So they live streamed it, and we were like, "Andy, go to the left, go to the left." It's like, fuck no, that. There's too many girls.
Yeah. That was like in the Namba Walk, which is like a huge like kind of like strip mall,
underground shopping mall,
shopping center,
underground shopping mall. Yeah.
Only reason I know it's because like whenever I'm in Osaka, like I get lost because Osaka like subway system's really annoying. It's like I want to go to where the theater is, but I end up getting off at the wrong station or the wrong exit. So I'm like I'd like walk through the Namba Walk.
And you're supposed to walk through Namba Walk if you're going to the station.
Well, like, but it like depends, like, because there's like some exits, like if you take a certain subway versus taking like the Hanshin line or the Nankyu line or whatever.
Yeah. Subway is very confusing. Like if you're listening to this and you've never been to Osaka, Osaka is really famous for being really stupid underground passages.
Yeah.
Like Umeda, like Osaka Station, it's called the Osaka Labyrinth. It's called the Umeda Labyrinth because like there's no way you don't get lost there. It's really stupid. So yeah, underground.
So in this underground area, just have a bunch of like shops and restaurants.
So in one of the areas there, they did the event, And then that's not all. They started doing like in the NMB shop. They had like the entire day, basically the entire day, like one member will be there no matter what.
And they're like working at the counter. Like,
yeah, they're working at the counter, like
stuff.
giving you your stuff.
Yeah,
it was. It started with like Ayan, Akarin, Mikana, and all that, and just went all the way down. It was really funny too. It was like, oh my god, like all like really really strong members. And then as it went on, it became like all Kenkyusei.
Yeah.
So they just like went for like the panic at first, and then like they suddenly like reduced it.
Yeah. And I read that you had to buy 3,000 yen or else you couldn't take a picture of the member.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I saw
I
it.
know
Well,
the
that's not
3,000
too
yen was
difficult.
the free postcard.
That's not too difficult because like everything in the store is like
Really
5,000 yen minimum or
overpriced.
something.
Yeah. Buy 3 photos and you get 3,000 yen.
Yeah.
And they also did the Yoshimoto shop. So where the AKB cafe was, it's now a Yoshimoto shop.
Okay, yeah.
So they also showed up there,
Like
random members showing up, but that was more random. They had that, and then they also did they did Gogoichi, they did Yoshimoto shop, they did NMB shop. Yeah. Oh, they also opened the theater.
So people just like walk in through the lobby.
Yeah, you could walk in like, and then they displayed some like outfits. So you could go in and take pictures and stuff. Although they did close it early though because there was a theater show. Yeah, it was like really really fun, and I really regret not going. Well, no, not regret not going.
Because
I would have wanted
Yuri was not there.
Yes, Yuri is the only one absent. Like they even like specifically addressed it. They say like, Ota's not here today.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was
sounds fun.
I thought it was really fun. I totally would have gone if I was in the area. Even following it on Twitter was kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. Just like looking at the reports on like who showed up where. It was just all around the Namba area. It's not even the Namba area because it's really funny because the area we think as Namba is not really Namba. It's Senichimae. Like the actual Namba area is like over the Glicoman.
The Nipponbashi.
No. That's like that's too far the other direction.
Dotonbori.
Yeah, Dotonbori. That's the Namba area.
Were they at the bridge?
No,
That'd be too.
No. There's no way they would have gone to the bridge. There's too many people
like
there.
if they were, that'd been funny if like Harukan was at the Taco Bell over at the bridge.
Try that okonomiyaki burrito.
Yeah.
But the Tsutaya store there has a gigantic display screen, and they had a huge ad for this for the Seiza Matsuri, and then they had they had the music video playing on the TV screen there too.
Yeah, so for people who don't know about Osaka, having your video playing there is the equivalent of having it playing in Shibuya 109
or Times
Tokyo.
or Times Square in New York.
Times Square in New York. Well, that's too much.
Well, I mean, it's the Times Square of Osaka.
Yeah. But yeah, also you just reminded me, Geoff, that they also did like train ads. So in the train stations, the major ones like Umeda and Namba, they had like the Tokonoma Seiza Musume posters.
Yeah.
They had those during Sayaka Sonic too. I remember seeing those.
Yeah. They had it during Sayaka Sonic. So this time they had it for Tokonoma Seiza Musume. And then there was also like same as Sayaka Sonic, they had ads inside trains.
They should have like gone all out and like had posters like on the sides of the trains outside.
That's way too much though.
Right, the giant Miru train. It's like her whole face plastic.
Yeah, I think they did a really good job of advertising this because I was walking around and saw ads randomly, and then just in general, like even though they didn't tell us what the details of this event were, that kind of generated excitement. Like, oh, what is this? What's going on? So they did.
Yeah. So my friends were saying that they were all like trying to guess what was gonna happen next. It's like, where are they going next? So are they gonna start going to Gogoichi, or are they going to the square, the Namba walk, and all that. So yeah, I think everyone had a lot of fun. Like I was seeing on Twitter, everyone saying like kami event.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're pretty seems like they're pretty loose, so like kind of
you could take photos of like.
Are.
So if you saw like there was the stream right of like Hasa selling the pork buns, and people were taking selfies with her.
Yeah.
Like no one was stopping them.
Yeah, at all the stage events, they said like you can take photos, no videos, but then like, oh, please post it online with the hashtag.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they were trying to get it to trend.
They finally understand like the power of social media.
Yeah. I hope they follow up on it though. I hope it's not just like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully they do it like with each single. That'd be cool.
Yeah, or maybe at least once a year. Because last year they had that Kyocera Dome charity event, and that was
2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago.
People said that was a lot of fun too.
It was, yeah. But I don't want to do it again.
You had to wait out until like 6 in the morning, right?
I lined up around like 5:30 in the morning.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And door open was 1 p.m.
Jeez.
And it was March, right? It was March 11th. It was really fucking cold. So.
All right. So yeah, that was Namba Seiza Matsuri. Sounds like a good time. Yeah, let's hope they do it again. Okay. Next, we got some minor news. I think we're just going to quickly go over this, like not really do a whole lot of discussion. So NMB performed at the J League soccer match halftime performance.
Yeah, it was the opening game.
Okay.
So it was like the Osaka team, Cerezo Osaka versus Vissel Kobe. So like it's kind of NMB doing a halftime show is a big deal in itself, right? But it's kind of a big deal because like the Vissel Kobe team is like ridiculous. They're like the Miami Heat of J League soccer. Because they have basically they have 3 like European superstars playing for them. So it got like a lot of like attention that like, oh, they're gonna be performing because it's a really popular team, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people were watching it.
Yeah, like 30,000 people were at the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they just performed.
I just like how you have to refer to the Miami Heat of soccer because you don't know any soccer teams in America.
Are there soccer teams in America?
MLS,
with like Major League Soccer,
it's up and coming.
Well,
I mean, but they also take the same strategy of signing washed up European players. So
yeah, that's why. Also, Kobe lost to Osaka, so they were like, people were making fun of them. Like they spent like spent crazy amounts of money to hire these like European superstars, and they lost.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, NMB did a halftime show.
They performed Seiza
wasn't there.
They performed Seiza Musume
and Nagichi.
I think it was only Seiza Musume.
Apparently they did.
Yeah, I think it was only.
Or it wasn't shown.
Okay. Okay. This one was actually in the good thing about this was it was in cooperation with DAZN, DAZN. It's a really famous like sports streaming service. And it owns like the broadcast rights for like J League soccer and like all European soccer in Japan. So hopefully they get and also hopefully they get like more work with them. I know like Iso does a lot of work with them.
Yeah.
She does like a soccer show on it.
Yeah. People were joking that, like, among the soccer fans, Iso-chan is probably the most well-known member.
Yeah. Because she shows up in a lot of, like, soccer stuff. So, good for her.
All right. Next, we got Yamamoto Sayaka. She announced that she's in the process of doing her tour right now, her I'm Ready tour. She already did a few performances.
She's in Kyushu right now, and apparently she's getting stalked. So.
She got stalked, yep.
Be careful, guys.
Jeez.
And she announced she's going to do her first single called Ichirin Soul.
Ichirin Soul.
Ichirin Soul. It's coming out April 17th. It's just a single. It's not an album.
Yeah.
But that looks... I don't know. I'm reserved. I don't think they're doing anything like gimmick stuff like, handshake events or bonuses or anything. So I wonder how it'll do. Because their albums had not like handshake events, but they had like you can get like bonus photos, or you get a bonus DVD, or you got like a chance to enter into like one of her other lives. It was like a premium pre-sale ticket application.
Yeah, this one's just like they're going just for the music,
kind of standalone.
Yeah,
I guess from an artist standpoint, it's a little surprising because she's releasing it in the middle of her tour. Usually, a lot of artists like do a tour and then a release, or like the other way around to like play the new single throughout the tour.
The new song.
But she hasn't. Yeah. She hasn't revealed the song yet, right?
No,
the title.
Just the title.
No, she's just done the title. No song yet.
Oh yeah, they have. They have on the website. So there's a few songs.
Oh really?
Oh, you can play it.
Yeah, they didn't play it, but like this is around the titles.
Yeah, but
no, I know. We're saying like
she hasn't played it, and she hasn't performed it at the shows yet. So people who go early in the tour are kind of missing out.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, but that's cool.
So one of the reasons that this one made news is because she actually changed labels.
Yeah, to Universal.
Yeah, she's not Universal Music, which is like one of the big labels. And she used to be under the Yoshimoto label. So I guess they're admitting that like Yoshimoto label is not really good for her. But just to clear up some confusion is that she's not leaving Yoshimoto. Like people always confuse these things. She's still with Show Title. That hasn't changed. She just changed labels.
Yeah, I'm looking at the previous CD and it was Laugh Out Loud Records.
Yeah, that's Yoshimoto RNC. So NMB is the same label. So we don't know what's gonna happen with NMB. They're probably gonna stay. Yeah. So
yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break before we move on to the next segment. And we're back. Alright, so that's going to do it for the news. We're going to do some live reports. Starting off with, so Geoff, you were in Japan a couple times this last month.
A couple of times.
Because I'm a crazy
The number one reason why
idiot.
you came is to watch Manabukun live, your favorite TV show.
Yeah, of course it is.
Because my favorite oshi of all time, Chihi, was in it.
Oh, yeah. So you also went with Ryan, so how was that? Was it just an episode of Manabukun?
Yeah, so it
was 3 episodes of Manabukun.
Yeah, so it was they mentioned they announced like a month or two ago was that it's going to be a live recording of NMB to Manabukun, which they've never done before, so it was kind of hard to tell what was going to happen. All we knew was that there was going to be 3 pairs of comedians. So it was Monster Engine, Miki, and Missile Man, who are somewhat popular, and they've been on Manabukun quite a few times. And then it was in this new venue called TT Hall in Osaka Castle Park. It was like this brand new, literally opened a month ago.
It smelled like paint.
Yeah, it still smelled like fresh paint. But it was like a fairly large theater, like 700 seats, and basically they recreated the entire Manabukun set on stage, and it was just that we watched a whole like 3-hour recording session for the show, and it was a special
had, like, the robots and like the spinning gears and crap.
Yeah, it had everything, the whole thing.
Yeah. And then they had each comedian do a little segment like they always do on Manabukun. So it's it actually like it was really funny as a comedy event because you had like 8 high-powered comedians like going full power at each other for 3 hours. So like everyone was just laughing the entire time. It was a really fun event. It was really interesting to see how the members interact with the comedians because they're obviously not professional comedians, but they have quite a bit of experience in comedy shows. So it was interesting to see like, what part gets cut, like when a member tries to say something, but the other comedians don't pick it up, they just kind of drop it. Some interesting behind the scenes things. But the most fun part was that there was basically a surprise mini live after the show.
Wow.
They performed 3 songs. Seiza Musume, Nagi-ichi, and Warota People.
3 of the best songs ever, you might
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it actually got like super hype in the venue.
Nice.
Because no one really expected it. But like some people still brought like uchiwa and pen lights. And then
no, the thing is like it was obvious that no one expected it because like almost no one had pen lights.
Yeah. Except I guess some people just bring pen lights around with them all the time in case an idol concert breaks out on the street.
Always be carrying.
It's like flash mobs. It was really fun. Like the audience interaction part was like very minimal though, but some of it was really fun.
Yeah.
Like the guy who was trying to go home was really funny.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so it was kind of late. It was started at 6 p.m. and ran for over 3 hours. And for people who wanted to get back to Tokyo, for example, they had to leave before the show ended. So the comedians like ran off stage and like harass the people who are leaving. That's not gonna.
No, there was like
that's not gonna be shown on TV.
Guy. Yeah, definitely not gonna be shown on TV. But there's one guy. It was really funny because, like, so the comedian was supposed to show up from like from the audience section, and just as like they cut to him like making his entrance, like there was one guy stood up because he wanted to go home. He just got caught like immediately. Like guy just stood up. He was like walking out, and then like the comedian had this like shocked face. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm gonna be done in 10 minutes. Just stay 10 more minutes. That was really funny.
Yeah.
We had I don't know like what's gonna get cut, right? But like it was really, really long.
Yeah, it's gonna be cut down to 3 episodes that are 30 minutes each.
Yeah.
So basically, they're gonna cut half the content.
The funny one was Monster Engine. So supposedly all the 6 comedians were supposed to be teachers.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess because some of them took too long, like the last one, the other guy from Monster Engine, Obayashi. His part actually got cut. Like he didn't even like do anything. So they were like, "Oh, we're done now," and he just like runs in from outside, from off stage. It's like, what the fuck do you mean we're done now?
Yeah, that was.
It's like, well, everyone has to go home. Yeah, that was really funny. That one's definitely getting cut.
Yeah, but we had really good seats too. Like we were in the 5th row. Sitting like right in front of where the members are. So we got to see their reactions the whole time.
Yeah.
This is the same cast? Who was on the cast?
It's like mostly senbatsu.
Okay.
I think it was Senbatsu. Like, it was the Seiza Musume
Yeah,
Senbatsu.
everyone
except the
who's old
younger
enough
people,
to go past 9 p.m.
It's no Kato.
Yeah, no
No
Ayan.
Kato. No Kato, no Mikana, no Hasa, no Ayan. Oh, was Kokona there? Oh, she was.
Can't remember.
Was she? Yeah. I remember Momorun. Momorun was really funny.
Momorun was really good.
Yeah. So, like, the best member was definitely Nagisa, right? Like, I mean, you shouldn't even, like, say that anymore because she's, like, variety queen.
Yeah.
But I think the next best one was, like, Momorun. And just because of her answers.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't do much. She didn't really do anything. But they asked her, like, you know how those quiz things, right? She answered, like, 2 things and it was really fucking funny, both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
so you're gonna spoil who got the Baka Ko.
No, that was really funny too.
Did they film like
they did the special game,
the mystery box?
Yeah, that was hilarious. Also gross at the same time.
It's like the thing they do like on bingo on AKB
yeah,
where like you can see everyone, the audience can see the front. But
exactly.
Yeah.
So this is
except that,
and this is like our NM bingo. So people out there, watch it.
But it's not on YouTube. And no one subs. Actually, we haven't subbed an episode.
We should sub that episode, or at least the.
I think clip. Like Smilodon wants to sub bingo. Manabukun, just let him do it.
Yeah. Okay. Should move on now. We'll go this real quick. So Ryan and I went and watched Anchu's play Akazunoma Nocturne with in Tokyo. And also Naru was on the cast too. It was kind of a weird play.
And Yamarina was.
I understood maybe like 20% of it. Just go before Ryan translated it. And then it made a lot more sense.
It was really complicated though. I mean, it's an actual like play, right? Yeah. And it's not like a generic. It's not standard. Like the story itself was really fucking confusing.
It was super dramatic too. It wasn't really like a whole lot of comedy or anything either. So it was like kind of serious. Yeah. Well, fantastic serious.
Yeah, but like. I was just really, really impressed at like, so I've seen like stage plays before, right? But this was like, to me, it felt like a lot like those like plays they require you to watch for English class in university. I don't know if you guys had those.
Like we have to read like Shakespeare or whatever. Or
yeah. But then it's school play, right? So I'm not saying that their acting was like school play, but like the venue felt like a school play. It was really tiny.
Yeah.
We were what
third
like
row.
Third or fourth row?
Yeah.
It was like way out in front, and
we're off to the side.
Yeah, all the way to the side though. But I was really, really impressed at like how into it like Anchu and Naru were, because like we never see them as like serious actors, right? Like even if they do like the Yuri Gekijo or stuff like that, it's always like a joke. So they would like break character in the middle of it, whatever, right? It doesn't matter because like it's an idol thing. But like this one, like they would not break character at all. Like I have a feeling like if you started shouting like Anchu, like she would like ignore you completely. No, so like the most obviously this is like very, very common sense for like normal plays, just that I was like really like it was the first time me watching it. Like there was like a scene where like something was happening in the middle of the stage, right? And then Anchu and Naru would like go off to like the side. They wouldn't actually go off stage. They would stand
There's a little like platform in the front corner.
In the corner, right? They would stand there, but they were still like fully in character the whole time. Like it was really, really long. It was like maybe like 5-10 minute scene in the middle. They wouldn't be part of it. They would just be on the side, but they wouldn't like break character, right? They wouldn't like sit there and like try to remember their lines or whatever. They would like still be acting.
Yeah, because they were technically hiding in that situation.
They were hiding right while something was happening in the middle, and then they were like just hiding in the side, and then they were like talking to each other, blah blah blah. And then this is nothing like you're not supposed to see it, right? You're supposed to be looking at the middle of the stage or in whatever was happening there, but they were just to the side and they were like acting still. It was really impressive. Like, obviously, I'm saying something really common sense for like actual plays, but I've never seen Anchu and Naru do anything like this.
It's a different side of them.
Yeah. I mean, even when
it's really interesting.
Even when the other members go watch it, they were like, "Oh wow, I've never seen like Naru or Anchu act like that before." It's like amazing to see their talents in a new light. So it's good that they get chances like this.
Yeah. I thought obviously like Anchu was like the main star, right? And she had the most lines, and she was like crazy though. She had like really really long monologues and stuff, so that was really impressive. But I thought like Naru like played her part really well too. Like she was like the very Genki like happy character. It was really good.
That's good. Because she is normally like not very, doesn't really hold it together.
She's really out of it most of the time, right? So.
Yeah.
Big takeaway though, this is why Anchu cut her hair so short for the play, because she was playing as a boy.
Yeah, she was playing a male character. And also, so one fuck up that Matt and I did was we watched the Friday show. And the Sunday show had a...
That's like what Sayaka came and...
Yeah, Sayaka came to watch. And... God damn it. No, we were there to watch, not to be in the same be the same audience as Sayaka.
But they would have sat like really close because the venue is so small, right?
Yeah, like they could have sat at the other end of the theater and it would still have been close to us. How big was that theater? Maybe like 150 people, something like that. Something really small, right?
200, 300 maybe. 300 at most, but that's...
Nah, it wouldn't be 300. 300 would be as big as the NMB theater.
I think the Osaka, the one they did in Osaka, I think was a bit bigger.
Yeah, they were saying that the Osaka like theater was big.
Yeah.
So they were saying that they were not used to it.
Yeah, this is like...
So they had an after talk.
Yeah. With Yamamori that came out.
Yeah, that was fun too. Which I guess like a lot of the people like were there for the after talk.
Yeah.
It was just 10 minutes though. It's really good though. Like the serious actors were really good. Like the mother. I really like that guy. The MC of the after talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really impressive.
Yeah, and so yeah, sure, she's gonna do another play in November. And it's called Trump.
Oh yeah. And it's an all-female cast.
Okay, yeah. And her first play was also all-female.
What was the first one?
That was just called Akazunuma, and I think it was like Fire or something or whatever.
Roshotsukyo, like Streaker.
Yeah, because she actually posted that whole thing on her YouTube channel. Yeah, there's a scene where basically they strip out like into like tank chops and stuff.
Yeah. And Naru was in it too, so probably this one will have Naru too.
Yeah. Part of the main troupe.
Like Anchu always like talks about like she was kind of disappointed like with the members like because she kept like inviting them to watch her plays and then no one goes to watch. Because I mean I understand what she's saying. It's not that like she wants you to like join her group or anything, but it's that
just watch.
Just watch. Like it's a way to it's a different perspective, right? On it's a different perspective, right? So it gives you like a different like how you see the stage will change. Like even if you don't become an actress, right? It becomes different. Like even to me, right? I watched it and it's like, oh wow, like people who take the stage seriously take it really seriously.
Yeah, there's a whole another world of like entertainment out there.
yeah. Thing is, we're like really, really used to like the Yurui, the idol style, right?
Yeah.
Which is that's why when we watch like the documentary or something, we was like, why is like Akira so strict with them, stuff like that? It's because like people expect a minimum level of effort for like standing on stage, right? Even if we're idol fans, we don't give a shit. Even if we say we don't give a shit, eventually, if like the performances suck, you will eventually notice it.
Yeah, in a way, it makes us appreciate their idol performances too when we see them do something different, because you have something to compare it and contrast it with.
Exactly. But yeah, so watch her play. It's really interesting.
Yeah. Hope if she does like the first one, maybe she'll post this on her YouTube channel as well, like a couple months later. All right, then let's check out Queentet. Ryan was also at the Queentet Valentine's Live.
Oh, yes. Best show ever.
Enough said. Moving on.
Nah. So
it's like the first one they did where non-females were allowed, right?
Yes. So it was the first show they did where guys were allowed in, and it was also the first show they did outside the NMB theater. So it was in Shinsaibashi Big Cat, which is like a live house, I guess. So capacity was around 800 to 900, all standing. So it wasn't that big, but I guess like more than half of the people there were girls, because they split the whole thing into female section and everyone else. So split down the middle. So there was the full female section, and then there's the everyone else section. But the thing is that everyone else section also had girls in it.
The ones that
right? So yeah, so there was more girls than guys, I would think. I thought it was a really good stage. Like they put a lot of thought and effort into it. Not in the sense that they used like they spent money on it, though. It was they didn't have any special effects or anything. It was they put a lot of effort in the set list, and then how they split up so there's only 4 members of Queentet, right? There's always been only 4. Right?
Revisionist.
No, there's always been only 4, so they had to find a way to like do the songs with only 4 members. So they basically remixed all songs. So other than the solo songs, right? So they had to remix everything, where all the singing parts are only done by 4 members. So they did like Eureka, they did Warota People, they even did Nijinitsu Rikata with 4 members. so they did. So unlike so the only songs that they had that were made for only 4 members were the original songs. So Which One and Amai Moso. Okay. So which one was the unnamed 5th member parts were sung by Akarin.
Okay. Wondering how to do that. Or to just have like, a pre-recorded voice backing track, which would be kind of weird, but
No. They redid everything. So they've done it before. They did it in AKB Kohaku, where there were only 4 of them and they sang Which One.
Or they have Azusa VTR in the background screen.
like when Sayaka would sing Tomodachi
with Nana.
Rekas R, they would make a video of Nana.
Yeah, or Boku Inai. Oh no, the
Waruki was a video of Milky.
The Asaya Milky song, yeah.
Oh yeah, Imanaraba.
Yeah.
There was also a video of Milky there. No. So I thought the setlist was really interesting. So they chose some really good songs. So because it was done on Valentine's Day, they did a lot of like Valentine theme stuff.
Like chocolate.
So they sang like Valentine Kiss, which is not it's like a Onyanko club song or something like that. I don't know. they also did like a lot of the Joshiryoku, like, so they always do it for the theater shows, right? The Joshiryoku, but this one was like they made like chocolates for each other, and then they did Shitsumon corner, like a cute question and answer corner. That was really fun too. They wore some like really nice like clothes. So like the oshare stuff when they did the encore, and then they had like really nice outfits for encore too. It was like overall really nice, and they also did 4 solo songs, which is really interesting. So Saipi sang Dear J. That was really cool. She did the Tomochin thing. So it was really great too. So when she showed up, right, she was wearing the Dear J outfit. So, holy shit, she's singing Dear J.
Was it called Dear J, or was it called like Dear S or something?
No, it was Dear J. Why would it be Dear S? Saipi? Tomochin's not J.
Because I think like Yukirin did it once. It was Dear K.
Okay. No, it was Dear J. So she did the whole Dear J thing. Yuri did Coin Toss, which is the Okada Nana solo song. And she's always mentioned that she likes that song, so it wasn't that surprising. Nagisa did a song that I don't know, some really old song.
Yeah, she loves her.
She always does
Showa idols.
Yeah, she loves her show idol. Although I think it's like AKB song, I don't know. But it's like some song I've never heard before. And Akarin also did like some Valentine song, but her gimmick was she shot Joshiroku Doga during the whole song.
Oh,
so she set up like a bunch of cameras, and she sang that song, and then she was taking video. She did so in the middle of the song, so there would be like instrumental parts, right? And she would go up to the camera and then talk about her makeup for the day. So I used like this eyeliner, blah 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 blah. It was really fun. So yeah, so at the end they announced that there would be another Queentet concert, and this time it's gonna be in Zep Namba, which is ridiculously large compared to Shinsaibashi Cut, which is so Zep Namba's like 2,000 capacity. So it's as big as Zep Tokyo. So yeah, so I don't know if they can fill that up, but let's see.
Cool. You're probably gonna go to it, the next one.
Yes, of course I'm going to the next one.
Wait, when is it?
What kind of question is that? It's April 11th. It's Thursday, I think. Yeah, you know what fucks me up is that I found out. I should have known this, but I didn't. But there's gonna be a handshake on 13th, 14th in Osaka.
Some busy weekend for you.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Nice.
Anyways.
Okay. Alright, then I think for our biggest live report / story is with Geoff.
So see, we should have a stinger here too.
Let's
do a stinger.
Moka Punch.
Moka Punch, yeah. Well, you have to provide me with the audio bit and I'll put that in there. Moka Punch time, okay. So you have the Moka Punch minute, go. No. So yeah, Geoff, you came to Japan twice. Once for...
Oh, we should talk about his whole thing.
Yeah.
Like
how
did it start?
Last month.
So last episode we talked about Moka had announced her graduation, and I had decided to go to her last handshake. That itself was already a pretty YOLO decision, because I had already gone to Japan the month before that for another handshake event. But, it was a really sudden graduation announcement, and I just really wanted to see her one last time, because handshake is where I really got to like Moka, and I just wanted to say in person, say thank you and say goodbye. But then what happened was, so at the time I thought, okay, they announced her graduation show, and it was like 2.5 weeks before the last handshake, and I was like, okay, there's a chance, that I don't win the grad show, so I probably will just give up on it. But then a week before the grad show, like in the beginning of February, I get an email from YNN So YNN actually every month draws like 5 names to win a 98 ticket, which is a ticket where you can get into pretty much any theater show.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my god, I only have 2 months to use it.
And you know how freaking rare it is to win one of these?
Yeah.
And also the timing is like, it's like lucky, like hell lucky.
Yeah, I was like looking into, okay, maybe if I go 2 days early to Japan, I can go to Manabukun grad show, but then it just doesn't feel right. And I felt at that point, this is almost like destiny. I have to, I have to go. So I made
we were making fun of Geoff. Like, you were saying, like, oh man, like, Geoff's coming. He's not gonna, he's, like, it is the universe telling you to go.
Yeah. So, I was...
Like, what are the odds, right?
Yeah.
You would win 98, like, a week before?
Yeah. And the connection to this, at least in my mind, is that I signed up for YNN because, like, one day I woke up and saw that Moka was doing a live stream, the soccer Moka Bayashi thing. I was like, okay, let me sign up for YNN. I really want to watch this. So it's like coming full circle. Like,
as opposed to like, I think us when we signed up for like the AKB Azo thing, because we want to win the 9-day ticket.
Yeah,
no, we never do.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't won from that either.
To that.
Yeah,
because I was paying like an extra like 1,000 yen every month. I didn't even watch any of the videos on it either.
Yeah, I barely watch anything on Azo.
I've never opened Azo, to be honest.
But yeah, so I basically went to Osaka for 3 days for the grad show, and then a week later I went for another week to go to the last handshake event.
Mm-hmm. And that, my friends, is dedication.
Don't try this at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you have a lot of money, then you go ahead and do it. Or you're just insane now.
Yeah. Well, I was lucky. I had enough credit card travel points to do this all on points, but that's getting a little too much into it. But yeah, so I think it was all
the theater show.
It was all show. Yeah. So it was my very first NMB show ever. So, actually, it felt like. So for a lot of the whole month and a half leading up to her graduation show and the last handshake, it really didn't feel like it was coming. Because Moka herself would say that a lot too. Because she, the members have so many different activities and things all the time. So, and it's hard to feel like, oh, this is my last, because they're just so in the moment. And that's how I was too as a fan. And then being my first theater show too, the first, for the vast majority of the show, I was just like, wow, this is the NMB theater. Wow, like I'm sitting so close, and like I can see all the members so clearly. So I was just like that sense of excitement for basically the entire show so I didn't feel any like sadness or anything until the end of the encore. And then if you've watched it, they always do like the graduating member gets to pick a special song. Well, first they have like the slideshow of the memories, like showing all these old photos. I didn't even cry for that. But then when Moka chose Nyam, her unit with the second gen members in Teen N, and she did Niji no Tsukurikata, which they got to do on AKB show last year. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's when I started crying. I started bawling like halfway through the song, because at first it was like, oh my god, I get to see Nyam again, because Nyam was one of the things that really made me get into Moka. I saw Nyam at the 7th anniversary, so I was really excited to see them again, but then I realized, oh man, this is the last time, and that's when it really hit me. I just started bawling.
Because now Nyam is now just Nya.
Yes. The two M's are gone. Yeah, but
yeah. So how did you find, so because this is also your first theater experience,
yeah.
so how did you find the whole thing? Like from applying to going there and experience, like, and also like the um how does the preparation work and stuff like that
Well,
for the graduation show?
yeah. So I guess I was a little bit nervous because like we've talked about how there's like a block against names that are not written in Japanese. So I was a little bit worried, but with my 98, there was no problem. I just showed my passport and I paid for the ticket. But yeah, I also joined Moka's graduation committee. So basically, for the past month and a half, we were discussing a lot of stuff online and planning out all the flowers and all the various presents and decorations. And I just got there early to help set up the tables, fold all the little pamphlets that we give to everyone. Because, yeah, as like the special celebration thing during the show, we like hold up a little paper fan during certain songs, or you give out a little pamphlet that has instructions like, oh, on this song, do everyone turn your pen lights to yellow or pink. Yeah, but I think, yeah, theater show is really cool experience. So I'm glad I did that in itself. And of course, the fact that it was Moka's grad stage. I got to see her one last time in the theater. So I think I maxed out all my fandom.
You maxed out your Persona social link, and now
yeah.
you're level 10 with her or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, because she was saying, like, why she decided to graduate now was, like, idol, like, she, yarikita, like, she's done everything she's had the full experience. And I think as a fan of her, I got the full experience.
So today you're announcing you're going to graduate from...
Yeah. Well, no, I'm going back to being kind of a DD / Chihi Oshi. So it's kind of a funny feeling going back, but I still like NMB a lot as a group because I like all the members and how they interact with each other. I've said this a lot of times, but on top of that, being like a Tan Oshi for someone like Moka was a lot of fun too. Because, I mean, it's a very different experience because being like a DD, you can just watch shows, follow them on social media. You can do that even from like outside Japan. But then, as we say a lot, like if you can make it to Japan, go to concerts, things like handshakes, it's just a whole nother level. And then to the point where I went to Moka enough times where she remembered me. And I really enjoyed reading her Mobame and replying. It just, gives you a different experience, a different perspective on things. When you really, go through all the ups and downs that one individual member goes through.
Yeah, the Tanoshi life is different from the Hakoshi life.
Yeah, I mean, right.
So how did
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess Ryan, you used to be very Hakoshi, but then you also fell into the Yuri sinkhole.
I'm still Hakoshi though. I still watch a lot of like NMB stuff, but it is really hard to. So if you're like Tanoshi, it's very hard to follow. Like, just following one member is hard enough, right?
Yeah.
Especially if they're popular or whatever.
Yeah, if they're popular, they have more media and stuff. The good thing with Yuri is that she's like really bad at SNS, so she doesn't really put stuff out very much, so it is really, really not stressful. But yeah, so I like that. I like things more chill. So, but yeah, so I do follow NMB still though. I watched like the documentaries. I watched Yugata, but
you watched Anchu's play and Yuri wasn't even in that.
Yeah,
that's dedication.
Yeah, no, I mean I don't mind. I like NMB. So what else? Yeah. So handshake, Geoff.
Yeah.
You're supposed to go to 2 different weeks of it. And actually, I even went to one of the ones you were going to go to.
Yeah. I mean, I bought my handshake tickets before the last graduation show was announced, and I was like, because just in case, like, I could make it only to the Kanto one, I bought like a handful of tickets just for that. But my primary plan was still going to the last one, because being the last, has a lot more meaning in it, and you do the whole send off thing. Even though, we actually did a send off at too. They did send off at Kanto too, but it's not the very last. So it's not. It
doesn't really mean much.
If I'm going to go all the way to Japan for it, I might as well go all out, right?
Yes.
So I was lucky, and it was actually. So normally someone like Moka, or most NMB members really, if you apply for the number of tickets, that you'll win them all. But being the very last event, I only won like a third of the ones I applied for, and luckily, Ryan and friend of the show Andy helped me, and I was able to get a good number of tickets, like around 25 each day. So I had a good amount of conversation. So what surprised me, but I guess you guys also kind of told me beforehand, is that on Saturday, the second to last day, it felt completely normal, like just like any other handshake day. So there were a handful of people who like couldn't get tickets on Sunday, so it was their last. But then other than that, everyone was like totally happy and enjoying a handshake like normal, and the conversations with Moka were totally normal, just like chatting about the same things I usually do. And then even for like most of the day on Sunday was like that too, until the very end, when people started doing their last go. So I kind of messed up a little bit. I was planning I had like 10 tickets left. I wanted to do 2 and then 8 for the very last. I lined up for 2, but then I got to I was going to be next up, but then I realized the guy in front of me had a lot of tickets and would have pushed me over the time. So I had to go back and then use up add my last 8 tickets to do one batch of 10. And then and I actually ended up being second to last in line. So I'm the second to last person ever to go to Moka's handshake.
I mean, if you were like more of an asshole, you could probably have gotten the last.
Yeah, it could have been like, oh, I dropped my ticket, I dropped my wallet or ID. The
last guy was like actually just standing in the lane, like back away from the table, waiting for everyone to finish. So like, yeah, he really wanted it, and no one argued with him because he had like 40 tickets.
Yeah,
but so yeah, I was waiting for a long time, and then like started crying while waiting in line, because then it really started hitting me like, oh man, this is the last. And then like, because it's something I've been thinking about for the last month and a half, like what am I gonna say at the very end? And then I stopped crying at the front of the line, but then and I went in and told her, oh man, today is really the last. Today went by like a flash, and like, okay, and then she said, oh, you were, because she saw my eyes were red, and like, oh, you were crying for me in the line? And I was like, yeah, I cried, but I'm not going to cry anymore. But then I started talking and I started crying again.
Aww.
But in the end, I conveyed what I wanted to say. Just like, thank you for all the memories. And then she thanked me for always coming all the way from America. So it was it was a good end.
You got your closure.
Yeah. And she's not disappearing off the face of the earth, because she wants to be a model, and she's going to continue on social media. Although she hasn't posted anything in the last week, so it's a little depressing.
But she's staying like with your show title or
whatever. No, she's not doing show title. No. So I guess if there's actually any Moka fan out there who's listening to this, she's going to, from what she told me and other fans and reports I've read, she's planning to look for an agency to do modeling. Don't know how long it's going to take or, what kind of auditions she has to go through. But most of these modeling things are in Tokyo. So eventually she probably has to move to Tokyo. And then she said she wants to do modeling that, where fashion modeling in magazines so that, fans can buy the magazines and see her more easily. And then potentially she might do some some kind of fan events where if you buy a copy of the magazine, you get a short handshake, or an autograph or something like that. Yeah. There's a whole world of these kinds of events out there, so who knows what's going to happen. But
you guys start going to fashion shows and be like, you have the Ryan experience of going to events where it's like 99% girls.
Yeah, super out of place.
We might see you on TV.
Yeah.
Just to add some levity to this, I remember because Moka was like beside Yuri's line, except that there was the disabled line in between them. But what's funny is that I saw Geoff crying, and when I got out of the line, I told Andy, "Hey, Jeff's crying," and he's like, "How the fuck do you know that?" It's like, well, he was crying. Like, could you see? He couldn't like understand like how I could tell Geoff was crying because like I wasn't like beside Geoff. So how could you see his tears? No, like you can tell a person is crying without seeing their tears.
Yeah. And I mean, I like was at some points I was like almost sobbing. I brought a handkerchief because I knew I was gonna cry. So I was like holding that up to my face for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So I always like find like these farewells like really sad. Like I've seen like way too many of them at this point. And yeah, I mean, especially with the girls who are like just disappearing, like Malkyun or someone, like she's still gonna be there, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it is sad, but it's not that sad. But with like Moka, we don't know what's gonna happen to her.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's gonna show up somewhere. Like doesn't matter. Like Chuba showed up somewhere, so
yeah.
Like yeah,
and like the whole
Moka's gonna show up somewhere.
And the whole time, like Moka says she wanted to end on a happy note. So she wasn't saying like, "Oh, this is goodbye." She was always saying, "Oh, itsuka mata aimashou." Like let's meet each other again. Because she's going on in a new direction, but there's still, she still appreciates that we're still supporting her in this new path. And then she herself expressed that because of that, she wants the fans to keep seeing her progress. So like she wants to do these magazines or these events in the future.
Yeah. So unfortunately, I don't have any experience with these kinds of things. So Matt, what's your experience?
Because I've done it a few times, like with Imichi and Sayaka. So yeah, and I've kind of had the same experience as like with you, Geoff. Like when I said goodbye to like Imichi, she's like, "Oh yeah, thank you for always coming to see me." So definitely like reliving those memories through your story.
Yeah.
And because like Sayaka, you only get like one ticket at a time anyway, so it's like it can't. Definitely count.
Yeah, that's
I was really sad. Like when I did like do like my thing, I wrote my little like messages in Japanese and showed it to her. Because that's like the best I could do with only like one ticket or two tickets at a time or something.
Yeah, at least. So I was trying to convince Geoff to use a lot of tickets, but he didn't want to.
Well, it's not like you only had like what 10 for that last one.
Well, the last day I did. I mean, I usually loop 2 or 3 at a time because I get a pretty good conversation with her. Mm-hmm. So then at the very last one, I had 10. But I spent like 20, 30 seconds just crying and choking up, not being able to say anything. So I kind of wish I had more at the end, but
that's always the regret. But I mean, even physically,
actions speak louder than words in a way. Like the fact that I was there. I mean, I'm not like trying to brag or anything, but like, she appreciates it, and
I mean, that's the craziest thing, Geoff. Like you flew twice for her.
Yeah.
So, oh my god, like she would, if she was still around, right? You would BTO.
Well, yeah. I mean, the whole part of the reason I became such a big fan was that, she doesn't. I mean, she was never that popular, but I just want. I mean, yeah. So it was easy to get that and then get motivated to support her, but also, even someone across the world still supports you. So, and she always really appreciated it. So, sorry, I'm tearing up again just thinking about it. Yeah, I mean, she just really made me feel appreciated. So that again is like what I mean by like taking your fandom to the next level.
Making multiple trips to Japan. I mean, even for me, it's like me if I had to go to like Osaka, that'd be like my equivalent of doing it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's as expensive as like flying from the US. Taking the Shinkansen or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, because I kind of talked to Andy about this at the end. Like, I used to be a Yui-han oshi, but then when I went to her handshakes, it was like, oh, I finally met this person who I've admired from afar for so long. And it was, I mean, it's not that she was bad, or like, I'm bitter that she didn't remember me, but like, Andy said, handshakes are almost, it's like a relationship too. It sounds kind of weird and creepy, but like if you
as much as
put it, you put in a certain amount, and then like, I mean, for better or worse, you get a certain amount of like appreciation back from the member too. And I've been a big fan of like other bands before, and I've gone to like. I've done trips around the world to see them too, but with idols it's different. You get it's a one-on-one thing. It can get very personal. And
that's the whole appeal of idols, right?
Yeah,
like the personal relationship. Well, the 48 style idols at least. And
while I enjoyed this, there's a part of me that also is like, if I go too far down this path, it's also dangerous. Like, I don't want to start going to like Chika Idol events every single day or something like that. So I think it's good that I did this experience now, and then going forward, I can see how far I want to take this with like Chihi or something. So this whole thing just gave me a lot of perspective, a lot of good memories, good experiences.
Yeah, I always say though, like it's a hobby, right? I mean, we do take it like way too far sometimes, but at the end of the day, I do. At the end of the day, it's a hobby, so we shouldn't really
do as Ryan says, not as he does.
Yes, exactly. No, I mean my point is that like at the end of the day, it's still a hobby, so we should like do it only if you enjoy it, right? Don't. It's not a job. Like it's not.
Sometimes it feels like it.
Yeah, it does.
Like I get up
sometimes it does feel like
for
a job,
handshake events than I do for my job.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh my god. Like I get up like maybe like 4 hours earlier than I do. Well, not 4 hours, way too much. Maybe 2 or 3 hours earlier for handshake events than I do for my job.
Yeah, I have to get up early for this podcast because of the time difference.
See, that's a different kind of dedication. Anyways, so my point is that like it's good to have perspective, right? So you only do things that you enjoy it, and I mean, it does sound like you enjoy it. Like, yeah, it is kind of, yeah. So
I mean,
do it.
I did it because I would regret not doing it more than all the regrets that if I did do it.
Yes.
I'm totally there with you.
Yeah. Don't overthink it. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Just do it.
You did the right thing.
Yeah. Totally. Completely.
Yeah. All right. So let's try wrapping this up. We can wrap up the show then.
Okay.
All right. So I think that's gonna do it for this episode of Takoyaki Party. If you enjoyed us, let us know in the comments. Let us know like what your oshi experiences are and how far you would go. Would you come to Japan multiple times to visit your oshi, see your last handshake, concert, what have you? Yeah, just let us know. And yeah, that's gonna do it. So thanks for listening. Have a good one.